credit to Arsenal for that second half performance. Let's get into it.
I think Arsenal would have won the game. I think Arsenal would have won it because you got to remember before even the Gabriel header, Arsenal were better for the last 10 minutes of that moment. And I think going in at 2-1 with 11 men, Arsenal would have went on to win that game, man. I think so. They're solid defensively. They started the game a bit shaky, but they're solid defensively. I think they would have locked in. And you could see they locked in with 10 men, how hard it was. If they were locking in with 11 men, I know the game wouldn't have been exactly the same, but I think Arsenal were going to go on to win that game from 2-1. And then, no, I actually said it would be a draw. I thought City would get a draw. But looking at how hard it was to break Arsenal down, it makes me think that Arsenal would have actually went on to win that game. So Arsenal, even though they should be happy that they walked away 4 points from Spurs and City away. But I know the fans right now must be like, last
a kick in the teeth,
vibes,
bro.
It's dead.
Big City celebrating draws. That feels like a flip of where the two fan bases usually are. And maybe they're not kicking their teeth, it's not win. They're kind of like, raw, now you know how it feels. Now we're in control a little bit. And I think you have to give context to where Arsenal were in this game. Depleted squad in terms of injuries. You don't have your captain. You get a red card. And you have to take off your best player in the second half for a tactical change. To walk away from the Etihad with a 2-2 draw, given all of them circumstances, is something that makes you realise. We've been saying for so long now, this Arsenal team are evolving, they're adapting, they're getting better, their mentality is growing. If no one was in doubt about that, you saw that today. Maybe City could have made it a bit more difficult with the substitutions, making those a bit earlier. But Arsenal were enjoying defending. You look at the goal that they score for the first goal. All of the allegations have been like, system, we don't take long shots. Calafuru looked up, whacked it into the goal. You look at the corner, just before Gabriel gets his head in it and we say he has to score. The same thing happens again. And that determination that he got with the goal where he just ran through everyone and just headed it, is what Arsenal are now. They're willing to run through, die hard and do everything they need to do to get over the line. Credit to them. They were seconds away from away wins at Villa, Spurs, and City.
Huge. That would have been
If they had got that win, they would have been... you asked if they're title favourites after that. I still would have went with City, but I mean, imagine what that would have been like for them. That's three of the... Okay, I keep saying, it's a North London derby, so you got to add that to the thing. But Villa Park and City is two of the hardest grounds in the Prem. You add in Anfield, I think, you know what I mean? And those are the hardest...
What that would have done for their mental, I think it would have just gotten over the hurdle of we can't, or we're scared of City, if that makes sense. The fact that we've actually gone there with 10 men, been able to walk away with the win, I think they would have walked into the rest of the season thinking, bro, we're not scared of anyone.
It's put some damn respect on Gabriel's name. The dude can play at any of the big clubs in Europe, and I mean any of them.
The thing is, sorry, just with that.
Of course.
Forget even imagining Gabriel at other teams, though, because where he's in right now, the system and how Arsenal defend, his partner in Saliba is perfect, bro. Why does it forget about he can play in this team? It's perfect for the partnership. That's what is most important. That's what people need to think about when it comes to centre. The partnership is perfect. Why do I need to go and see Gabriel playing with Upamecano or Rudiger or whoever?
Yeah,
F that. It's perfect what they got going on. Saliba and Gabriel. End of, bro. And
then, I mean, if you then go further, you think about you got Raya in goal. Like the defensive fortitude that they're building that's a real team. It's real building there. So I agree with that. A.M. Rashid says Villa, Spurs, City away done. We will win the Premier League. Thoughts on that?
I mean, that was kind of what I was saying, that if they did walk out with the win, what else is left for them to be scared of? I mean, you said they had Anfield at the start of December, but okay, you drop points there, but for the rest of the season, there's literally no other team that they're looking at and thinking, scared. So if Arsenal fans do have that mentality, I don't blame them, but just be cautious is all I'd say. I think for both teams, it's so weird, but I feel like they both come out of this with positives and with negatives to take away, if that makes sense. I feel like, obviously, City will come out and think, all right, we still have that never say die about us. The fact that we can try and break this team down for 90 minutes, it's not working, but right at the death, we can still nick something. And I think Arsenal will take solace from that second half performance and thinking, yo, down to 10 men against the best team in the world, it basically took a corner in the last minute to kind of break us down. But I think that's positive to take from both teams for the season as well. I think it definitely helps Arsenal mentally in terms of what they do next.
To perform like that without two of your better players, got to give it credit, man. Saka being the sacrificial lamb was interesting, but
That
of
was
course
a funny one, yeah.
Martinelli's performance
I
up
think
until that point, it was the right
decision.
But again, it's something that you'd say is bold of Arteta because
Yeah.
it's something you probably haven't seen him do. He always uses Saka like a thin bar of soap. So to do that, credit where credit's due, man. I think they're very unfortunate to not get the win, but it is what it is.
One thing I'll say, I'm sorry for everyone that had to watch Diaz take 50 million shots. But Arsenal was smart. They just said, let all the guys with the least threat have the ball, and then we'll just, you know what I mean? And then it almost worked, man. Honestly, that's like Judge that City end up scoring. Honestly,
Quick word on David Raya as well. End form,
Goalkeeper of the
new
season
level,
now,
bro. He's moving like peak De Gea right now. Literally, like if anyone thinks that De Gea's best season is probably the 2017-2018 season, yo, he was on some Superman stuff. And honestly, David Raya is moving like that at the moment. Every game he's producing a madness. Just come off saving that penalty, the double save. You're thinking about some of you're thinking about some of the stuff that he's doing, the difficulty of some of his saves as well. Incredible, bro. Incredible. He's on serious form. Like the form that we've praised Alisson for, the form that we praised De Gea for, all these legendary keepers. I mean, he's having one. And let's not even sleep on the way he's claiming crosses, the way he's claiming corners. Because as you said, one of the things that was a worry, or one of the things that people said, is that he's a short keeper. And I remember, I think his first game for them, there was like a cross that went nearly over his head or something like that. And then now he's just coming out. You think he's 6'7", bro. You think he's Thibaut Courtois the way he's catching corners and crosses. So you got to give him massive respect. The leap he's taking, I'm telling you, might be that Ozempic going.
Progress. Draw at Etihad being celebrated by City summarises the point I made earlier, right? It feels like there's been a real change in sort of momentum by both fans.
I think it's the manner of the draw. That's what it is. It's not just, taking of the point. It's I think a goal last minute in any scenario, I think always kind of gets the juices going.
Endorphins going, right?
Man.
Havertz, 0 I know you posted about it. 0 passes. That is insane. Completely. Do you know what that is insane? But the thing is, if you look at the game state, but 0 passes, I didn't even notice.
Since 2003.
That's what I was going to say. I think obviously in this type of game, I think Timber was the same as well. They were both backs to the wall. Yeah. It was more about winning your duels, sitting in the right position, holding the right shape. But I just feel like in terms of what we were saying at the start with Saka, Martinelli and Havertz, today the importance of them is going to be in terms of outlet. When the team does get the ball up, can you just hold it up? And there was one moment where he actually did dribble out with it, but he didn't get the foul.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, how the hell have you not completed one pass? Like, not even a kickoff? Big man, just do that just to get the percentage up a little bit, do you know what I mean? So, disappointing one, I'll be real with you.
Do you know I give him credit? In those sort of games, when as the...
You're not needed to link up play or...
No, but you're isolated.
100%, yeah.
Remember when he had the ball and he tried to dribble? There was no one around him. What was he supposed to just pass it back and then see out going back forwards again? You actually, your whole thing, you're basically running, you're doing doggies. You're basically going back and forth.
Look, I don't think you read too much into it.
Yeah, but
you
it's
don't
funny.
Start thinking, but it's just a funny
It's
thing.
a funny stat.
When you put it on Twitter, it's like, you know what this is going to do type thing.
Man said, Elon, run me my check.
With what? With
This
what?
guy.
When you put up the Havertz 0%. I know what I'm doing. But it's like, for me, it doesn't... I don't judge him off a game like that and say, he's got 0%, he must be shit. It's like, bro, this is a circumstances required him to have that type of game. But
And then, in a way,
to get one pass off in 90 minutes.
he kind of set the tone for the game a little bit.
How do you mean?
The first minute, they were kind of like running into Rodri, even if it was like Rodri went down. Just kind of made people realise that,
Bro, that was straight from That's the definition of let him know you're there early, bro.
He set the tone for the game. So big up Kai Havertz. No passes is a bit mad, but we move.